Welcome back to Not Censored. I'm here with a very special guest that I haven't seen you in like 3 years, technically.
Yeah.
I'm here with Jess. Introduce yourself to
Hello.
everyone out there.
Hello, I'm Jess. Not with much interesting, to be fair.
No, I think
just
she's
a school friend.
She's playing it down. She's
playing it down. Okay, whatever.
But no, firstly, how are you? What are you up to currently? As I always ask my guests, what they're up to.
I'm pretty good. Yeah, just working. Student dental nurse life is.
How are you finding
long.
that? How are you finding that?
It's really good, actually. It's a lot. It's a lot to remember, and it's a lot of stuff, and it's a lot of new stuff, all thrown at you at once. But
yeah, it sounds very demanding as well. Yeah,
it's definitely good, and it keeps you busy. And I like being kept busy.
Yeah, how was the transition from school to that?
I think because I had a job anyway. I used to work on weekends, so I kind of knew work life a little bit, and then it was just getting used to doing something every single day.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
and I was just waking up, going to work, coming home, going to bed, waking up, going to work. I think that was the hardest bit. It wasn't even the working that was hard. It was just the fully getting into the routine of getting up to go to work and actually having to, and there being consequences if I don't.
Got you.
I can't just sleep in and go, I'll be there an hour late.
Yeah. So it's
like a
repetitive sort of.
It's very
day to day.
Bang, 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 be on time, be on time, be on
clockwork,
time.
Basically.
Yes.
Yeah, no, fair enough. That reminds me of school as well, actually.
It feels like school, but
without all the people.
Without all the horrible people and all the drama.
Yeah. Fair
Definitely.
Enough. We could get into that, to be fair. How was your school experience? Obviously, you don't have to say.
There's one thing about me, I think a lot of people know, I did not have the best school experience.
Yeah, no, I think, especially with our generation now, bullying, everything, as I've said on previous podcasts, it's so much. It's almost too easy to do now. I feel even when we were in year 7, it was a little bit harder. It was a bit more sheltered. Now it's you can do it from literally your phone and just completely assault the other person.
Definitely, I feel like that happened a lot. But with everyone, it's not even specific bullying. It's just nasty people doing nasty things for no reason other than wanting to be nasty.
Yeah.
It's they get home and they're bored and they just decide, I'm going to message this person and be really horrible to them for no reason.
It relates to a lot of people being scared within their identity, to be honest. The people that do the bullying are literally just too afraid to be themselves, so they're oh, this guy's different, or this girl's different, or they're different, so that we need to attack them, innit? Because that's what I feel like. But no, so leading on from that, how much of a big role do you think social media is playing on our generation? And is it more positive? Is it more positive than negative? Is what because I've had so many debates and I can see both points of view, and it's I don't know what side I'm on.
Do you know what? I'm exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's just social media is doing so many good things. It's helping spread so much more things that you wouldn't even think about needed to be spoke about.
Especially
it's helping so much.
The Palestine and Israel stuff, you see the intensity of it.
Literally, you can see it's horrible and you don't want to see the videos, but you see on social media videos of kids crying and people crying about their kids dying. You would never have seen that before.
Yeah.
So I guess it's positively spreading that for knowledge of people and understanding, but then that's a negative impact, because who is watching their families die and being let's get it on record. Oh my God, my house has just been blown up, guys.
No, it's weird.
I feel why is that the first thing that your brain goes to do nowadays? Anything happens, you're I need to record that.
I think social media is good because you get the exposure, but I feel it's also increasing a lot of desensitization. Why? Obviously, that's the thing where I don't know if it's good or bad.
Yeah, definitely. And it's also a lot of unrealistic things and editing and Photoshop.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Because the amount of people's self-esteem after seeing a girl or a guy on Instagram and this is the average person, or this is what the standard should be.
I struggled with that in lockdown.
Yeah,
when
I think a lot
everybody
of
was
people
on social media and everybody was posting, I just didn't even want to be on social media. You see too many perfect people who aren't perfect. You're perfect people who aren't perfect and they're pretending to be perfect. But then there's still a little bit inside you, even though you know
it's not.
It's just
100% real, yeah.
Why can't this be real and why can't that be me?
It's because we're on social media so much that we think that that's their day-to-day lives as well.
Yeah.
It's literally just a highlight reel.
Yeah.
And we think that that's, why am I not, I'm just sat at home, why am I not out, like, getting money or some crap like that, innit?
Why am I not rich and famous?
Yeah,
Why can't I be rich and famous?
And I'm like,
why do people want to be famous?
Yeah, it's like, well, and then you start doubting yourself, like, and how confident you were, and everything about you. You're like, do I need to change myself to fit in? And it's like, no, you don't, because there's only one you, and the persona people put on their Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, might not even be them. Like, it might not be that.
Everybody lies. Everybody fakes things. People want to present themselves as the best version of themselves all the time because that's what they want people to believe. And I mean, like,
I don't think that's a bad thing.
Fake it till you make it.
I don't think presenting yourself.
But it's when you're really different.
Yeah, like when it's like universes apart.
Yeah, like some people can be so lovely, but they're just not.
Yeah, no.
Like, they can be so lovely and do this and do that, and you see, like, them posting about all this stuff on Instagram, and then you just know them in real life, and you're just like...
Oh, yeah, I had that
you
a
are
lot.
not this person you portray to be online, and who are you lying to? Because the only people who follow you are your friends and family who see you in real life anyway, so who are you trying to pretend to be?
I remember a lot of that stuff. Like, do you remember when COVID hit first, and I'm not going to mention names, of course, but, like, I feel like a lot of people... immediately backtracked when COVID was first being spoke about. A lot of people were racist. A lot of people were racist. Yeah. And then as soon as it was happening, they were seeing the death rates. They were like, "Oh no, I need to post something on Instagram and just like come on, give
I feel like even then people didn't even take COVID that seriously. Like, there was groups of people in our years who were still going out in massive groups in lockdown.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, like I saw quite a few people in massive groups still going out, and I was like sat at home with two parents who are immunocompromised. Like,
that's so stupid as well. Like,
so stupid. Like, it's not even like out of selfish of thinking about my family. It's people's grandparents, other people's parents.
People that are dying as well that you can't even go to their funeral and crap.
Exactly. Like even when you're young, it could have still harmed you. Like, you never know how something's going to affect you.
Yeah, especially when you're early on. Like, COVID was such a new thing. Nobody knew how to deal with it. So it's like, well, you might want to stick to something that the government's telling you and just like.
At least a lot of people don't like the government.
I mean,
I'm not saying that anybody should like the government.
I mean, to be fair though, the government broke the rules themselves. They made up. So did. I'm not saying that anything's justified, but at least stick to what you've put out there for other people to listen to.
Yeah, and I think like it was so selfish of people. Like, I didn't even want to go to the shop.
No, you know what?
The first time I went back to like Lidl with my dad, I was like, what am I doing in here? I should not be in here. Like, I was touching things and I was like, ew, I'm touching things.
Hand sanitizer.
Like, I had like a bottle of hand sanitizer like strapped to me, and I was like...
But do you remember the first initial months of COVID? The government didn't even tell you to wear masks.
No.
And I was like, that's so stupid.
I remember being at school and like... School wasn't saying if they were going to close down or not.
I'm sorry, that was such a purge moment.
We literally didn't get told until like the day before that school was shutting until like the foreseeable. But that I went into school that day to tell whoever our head of year was at the time that I wasn't coming into school because my brother's university had already been shut down, and my mum was like, well, it's not fair. If universities are shutting down and schools are shutting down, you're not going in and I'm not risking that. Yeah. And then literally that day that I came into school to say that, they were like, no, do not come in tomorrow. And then it was a year of bliss and silence and not having to deal with people.
Big up lockdown.
But not for lockdown.
Not for, I think, it screwed with my mental health.
Definitely.
I was just like, I'm trapped. But it's because everything else was stripped away. I was like, I can't even...
It wasn't because you wanted to do it.
The options aren't even there. I was like, the options aren't even there. I was like, brother, just let me go to the park or something. Like,
I just want to go play on the swings.
Yeah. Oh god, it's weird that it's now almost 4 years ago. It's
so weird. I see pictures of me like wearing a mask, and I'm just like,
I still haven't processed it, and I don't think a lot of people have.
No.
But this social media stuff, linking back to it, you can see how much something progresses. Like, it's always on to the next thing.
Yeah, like, but that's it. Media's fast.
That's what I'm saying.
Something comes into the media's eye, stays there, few days, gone, bang. Yeah. Nobody ever speaks about it again.
Yeah.
It's all just so quick fire. And you see, like, celebrities, this celebrity's done this. And next week, it's just like, that celebrity's running around again, free. Like, it's just like, it just goes away so quickly. Like cancel culture.
Ooh, that's a bit. Ooh, yeah.
People get cancelled on like YouTube. People are like, oh, this YouTuber's done this. Don't watch their videos. A month later, everybody's back to watching this YouTuber, and it's just like nothing's ever happened.
Again, that just links back to how much we're on social media. Like,
because
we
it's
see
so easy.
so much content that.
It's so easy to forget about it.
Yeah, it's like, okay, cool, yeah, I remember this. Oh, you vaguely remember it, but you still watch them.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's
just like, I remember when this got said about that person. I wonder if that's true. It never got proven. Should I be watching this person? Are they horrible?
Yeah, I don't know. Cancel culture is a weird one, man. Like, it's always subjective, to be honest.
Yeah.
Depending on what your views are. But I think if somebody does something bad and they own up to it, fair enough. But if they keep doing it and just get away with it, then they're just playing the game, innit, realistically, and we're giving them
some
views.
People make drama
on purpose, yeah.
Like, why would you do that to yourself?
Views and money.
Don't understand it. Why would you want to do that? It's just embarrassing.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though, isn't it? They don't really care about all that. They don't have any sort of integrity to care about anything other than the views and the money. So they're just
money and people liking them and thinking they're cool.
Yeah, it's just...
There's more things to life than that.
That's the quote of the day from Jess. There's more things to life than that.
Inspirational, honestly. What do you expect?
But like leading on from like social media, what do you think about stuff that's been created about like the red pill versus blue pill stuff? Like that's come from what was The Matrix?
Yeah,
it's
literally
come from
like
Matrix,
from a movie
ages ago. But
like
now
a
everybody's
movie.
Before I get into the topic, I'm gonna like go over what blue pill and red pill is kind of. So blue pill's like you live in ignorance and you live in the world and you like stay in the rat race essentially, and comfort over risk basically. You just stay in your routine 9 to 5, keep doing you, and then the red pill's like nah, leaves, escape the 9 to 5, get rich,
get money,
and then your life is set basically. You'll have no problems basically. But I just wanted to get your views on that because it's an interesting topic to me because I can see both sides again.
But I think to be fair, I am an ignorance is bliss person. If I can ignore something and pretend it's not happening and it doesn't affect my life if I'm ignoring it, I will tend to do that. I can't even lie. Like work every day of the week, nothing else is happening. I don't see anything. I can just ignore everything. Yeah. Like I don't know anything about the government. I don't know anything about politics. I don't see anything. I can't opinionate on anything because I don't do my research. Do you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying, but does that not also... No, I get what you're saying. It's a good point. This is why I can see both sides. But in terms of, like, fulfillment and stuff, do you think being ignorant... Like, you still know things are happening, right?
Yeah.
But you choose to ignore it. Is that I'm trying to see where
I'm not saying I choose to ignore it.
But it just happens. That just happens.
It just happens that way.
Yeah, no, fair enough. So then that gives you a sort of like, oh yeah, no, that's just same.
I see things I go, oh, that's horrible. I wish that wasn't happening.
Yeah.
And then go
next thing.
On to the next.
Right. Yeah. Fair enough. So what do you think of like the blue pill then? Do you think what do you think of people that want to do that?
Like that's you.
Yeah, so you don't have anything against them or anything like that.
People want to live their life and that's how people want to be. Why can't they? Like, unless they're like physically harming someone.
I think it's because it's pushed by a lot of influencers like Andrew Tate, everyone like that.
Not like that.
Yeah, it's like it's pushed by all those big which I think some things you can take away and it's like, oh right, yeah, I get where you're coming from. Because obviously 9 to 5 for the rest of your life, and like when they put the stats in, it really does scare you. And I'm like, I don't want to be at a desk job for like 50 years of my life. Like,
yeah, no, it just does not sound appealing.
And like live for like 3 or 4 years. Like it's like, no, I don't want to do that because I want to enjoy 5 years and then behind a desk for 50. That scares me.
But then like being an influencer isn't sustainable.
No, of course not.
Like that kind of job, it could disappear at any second. Like,
or it could.
Like
that's
Vine.
why it could go. Oh yeah, true.
Like, so many people were famous because of Vine.
But that's why
that app shut down, and then they moved on to different platforms, and then they had half the following that they had before.
Unless you like had a really good like subscriber retainment, but that's the thing that you can with social media, you can always adapt. Like, there's always a new platform that comes out, and I'm like, right, and then people always get hooked. Like TikTok, it's basically just Musical.ly rebranded.
All my time on TikTok. Bad.
It's basically just.
Oh, it is Musical.ly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same app.
But there was new people that came on it because they were like, oh, I've never had Musical.ly before, so I'm just going to get this.
I miss Musical.ly.
Musical.ly, shout out to Musical.ly.
What an app.
That was like Primary school, Jesus.
That was literally primary school. I remember I got banned from it. Like, my mum was like, you can't have social media. And I, like, sneakily downloaded
Were you one of them
onto,
ones
like,
that downloaded
my Samsung S3 Galaxy or whatever, and, like, had it, and my mum found me making music clips in my bedroom once and, like, deleted it off my phone.
Did you have social media before your parents knew?
No. Just Musically.
I didn't have... when did I get it? Like, year 7, I think.
I wasn't allowed Instagram until year 7. I wasn't allowed Snapchat until, like, year 8.
I still don't have Snapchat. Everyone
like,
out there.
My parents... I'm not saying it was bad from them, like... No, I completely agree. Now, being my age now, and having spent so much time on social media...
I've seen a difference in, like... Not parenting, but I feel like people, when they get introduced to social media... I wanted to get to social media not to, like, stay in touch with my friends, because Instagram, not really. I used WhatsApp for that. I wanted it to start up my, like, photography account and stuff.
Yeah.
But then I see, like, I know, like, a lot of people that didn't even get Instagram till, like, A-levels.
No.
Instagram or Snapchat. And I'm like, whoa. That really puts
I really wish I had that, like, dedication. But I was just so interested in what everybody else was doing, and I wanted to be just like everybody else.
Had it as well.
Literally, I would sit there and I would beg my mum. I'd be like, Mum, all my friends have it. Why can't I have it? And my mum would be like, well, you're not them. That I'm not their parents. Big up Jess. Big up Ruth. Yeah. My mum does not care. She would sit there and she'd be like, no, you get it when we tell you you can get it and when we think you're ready.
Yeah, and
because they saw so much stuff, like, from, like, family members, like, doing bad stuff on social media and it negatively impacting their life, and they just didn't want to put that risk on me.
Yeah, no, she's right as well. I can't lie. Like, I think it's got, especially depending on when you get into it, because I've heard, like, a lot of stuff happens from social media. There was, like, a couple of years back, like, there was news saying that this girl, like, committed suicide, and it was because of, like, Instagram or whatever, and I was like, she was our age at that time, and I was like 13, 14-ish, and I was like, whoa, that's like, because that's the thing, it depends on what you're looking at. So if you're in that mental state of, like, you're not doing good, basically, then it could be a really detrimental thing to your mental health.
Definitely.
Because it can just send you down the wrong path.
And when you're young and, like, still growing, easily impressioned.
Yeah.
And you see all this, it's so much to just get that into your head that, like, that's what you need to be, that's what you need to look like. I think, like, it's so easy to fall into that.
Do you think it plays a lot of gender roles where I feel like women especially, like, I need to have, like, what is it, like a
hourglass body,
I was literally just about
tits,
to say,
big bum, like,
yeah. It's like, I think, especially
Kim Kardashian.
Imagine in year 7 seeing that, and I'm like, well, I've not even finished growing yet, so what do you want me to, like...
Literally, like, how would my...
But there's people out there like, I need to look like this, and then I don't know if that's the pressure they're putting on themselves, or if that's the society being like, you do, because I do think it is the society playing the role as well, because you get seen. You see so much of the male gaze stuff, but it also appeals to the women. They're like...
People don't post things on social media because they don't like them. You only post when you feel confident, when you feel like you look good, when you want to put something online and you want people to see that. Yeah. Like, that's all that people do. Like, that's all social media is. Social media is people boasting about things. Like, ooh, I've cooked this. Ooh, I've lost this amount. Ooh, I'm doing this fitness journey. You should do this fitness journey. You should eat this diet.
Yeah, that's another thing I don't understand as well, because it's like, a lot of people say social media is for yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know, because for me, especially because now I'm a content creator and stuff, I want people to look at my content, view it, and if it can help them, even in, like, 1%, I say this in, like, loads of videos, if I can give them a bit of advice or guidance, 1%, that's all I want. Yeah. Or a good, like, because there's so much stuff happening out there nowadays where, I go on YouTube and stuff, look at videos to take my mind off it, like an escapism thing. And that's all I want from my content. I'm not out here asking for likes or anything like that. I just want to give a piece of me to the world, basically. Yeah. And I think a lot of people now want likes, all of that, and I'm like, but then they say they're doing it for themselves, and I'm like...
See, that's how it was when I started my TikTok. And I remember everybody being like, saying all this stuff like, oh, you're so self-absorbed. I didn't mean to my TikTok to get a following, like... I'm not saying I do have a following.
Smashed it, by the way. Link in the description.
I'm not saying, like, I have a big following. I don't. I have a decent amount of people following me, but I appreciate that. But I never posted anything to have people come in and do this. I posted them videos because I felt confident and I wanted to put that onto something I enjoyed, and then it turned into me being able to get sent clothes from brands that I loved and looked up to, and I could make videos and I could post things that I'm passionate about.
Again, just that, literally all of you, what you've said is just sharing a piece of yourself as well. Exactly. Because you liked all those brands before, you knew. I
liked the brands. It was, oh my God, when like the first brand ever reached out to me.
That's a surreal
and I was
feeling,
just like,
congrats, by the way, yeah.
This brand that I've been shopping at for years
that
wants
makes me
to
happy,
film
bro.
like clothing content for them, and like I love fashion. I love like the alternative style, and I love that I have a place.
That makes me happy, you know. No, I'm gonna get emotional, but that makes me happy. No, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart.
Like I feel like I found my own little space.
Yeah, and that's great.
Where I can be with everybody else who's exactly like me, and we all love the same things and have the same hobbies.
But you don't count yourself as like a influencer, do you?
I hate that word. I hate that
you
word
don't count yourself as an influencer.
I would never say that.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you have to like type it, like if I'm emailing a brand back, or like if I'm reaching out to a brand, I have to be like, oh, I have this amount of followers and I'm a social influencer, so please research me and want to do stuff with me. And it's the most awkward emails I've ever written in my whole entire life.
Yeah, no. So you don't even feel good, like...
I hate it. I hate writing it down.
Yeah, no.
I hate it when, like, I used to get somebody would like be like, oh my God, she has loads of followers on TikTok, and I'd be like,
really?
Like, I've had like friends say that, and I've been like,
yeah, it's
weird. Stop.
Isn't it? Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
I don't like it.
I mean, it is still hard work though. Like, I'm not gonna say.
Oh yeah, like I do not post half as much as I used to because I'm busy now.
Yeah,
it actually is hard to get time to film content. Like, I need to have a full face of makeup on. Yeah. I need to look this certain way to be able to film, because I'm not going to put content out that I don't feel like I look
and
good enough.
You don't need to as well. Yeah, you don't need to. So have you ever had like anything where you deal with people and you're a bit like, oh, that's a bit, I don't really like that I've put this content out there and people have taken it in a way that you haven't?
I don't really like talk to anybody enough. I don't like. Do you know what I mean? Like,
ignorance is bliss.
Nobody's ever messaged me being like, "Oh, why have you said this?" I don't post anything like that to have that said about me. I'd rather just keep my own like political ideologies, what I think about the government, I think about this to myself, because it's not because they're bad.
No, I get what you mean.
It's not because I have bad opinions.
It's just your sense.
But it's just I don't feel like that needs to be posted on the internet.
No, yeah.
I'm posting about fashion and makeup and horror movies.
That's the piece of you that you want to share.
Why do they need to know what I'm voting for?
Yeah, I mean, it's not there.
That's not what I'm posting about, so that's not what people should care about.
No,
like, I feel like people should just care about the block of stuff that I'm posting, and they don't need to know anything else, anything deeper.
Yeah, that's fair. So what you put out is what they should perceive.
Exactly. That's why I put out on the internet what I want people to see.
Yeah. No, that's fair as well. But do you think there's a limit on what you can put out? Like, not saying that you put a limit on yourself. I'm just saying in general. Do you think there should be stuff people just don't? I feel like the internet.
Definitely. I feel like people overshare.
People
way
are getting,
too much.
I love how we had the same brainwave there. I feel like a lot of content now is getting a bit too comfortable. Yeah. It's just too comfortable on any app.
And it's just people who just, you don't need to talk about some of that stuff that they're talking about.
Yeah, we're not going to say what, of course, but it's just I feel like people need to know the difference between real life and social media. What is perceived.
And what boundaries.
Yeah.
I see a lot of stuff of people with children.
I don't like that. Like the baby stuff or anything like that.
Just using their child for views
and
whatever.
That's disgusting, man.
And I'm just like, let that poor baby be.
But I think, I'm trying to find a way to not justify it, but trying to find a devil's advocate way to say it. Of like in a few years' time, that child will look different, won't know any of the stuff that's happened, or something like that. Yeah, but then
that child digital footprint.
Jesus, yeah, to be fair, yeah.
Like in 10 years, that kid's gonna go to school, and somebody's gonna have found a video that his mum posted about him shitting himself.
Yeah, true, yeah.
I mean, then at the same time, why could you bully somebody for something that they did when they were a baby? Basically incontinent.
Yeah.
Like.
I mean, yeah, it social media is a big thing for bullying, isn't it? But
definitely, it's where a lot of things come from.
Yeah, it's just, I think, people just need to be cautious of what they're like, because anyone can view it as well. Like, you think
it goes anywhere across the world,
everywhere. Like, it's algorithm. Like, it could go anywhere. Like, you think it's just gonna be in like a little bubble, but it really isn't. Like, and you should be safe to post all the stuff. This is for any people watching. Like, younger or older, like, you need to think about what you post, especially the year 7 to 11, I'd say, like, the high school teen, like, that stuff's on there forever.
Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely something
and it's like when people, like, send and they get screenshotted and sent around school, and that person doesn't want to come to school anymore.
I mean, yeah, because, like, why would you?
But why do people feel like they need to take, like, the mick out of someone for doing that? They clearly wanted to do it. The other person clearly wanted it. And if they didn't, why was that other person being so horrible that they've begged this person to be vulnerable just to, like, show it off? And, like, why would you want to put somebody in that position? I don't understand why that's funny and why people think that's funny to do.
I think, again, it's just it's like, if you're the joke, you don't want to be laughed at, you join in. You just have to just join in, I guess. If everybody's joking about it, you feel like the odd one out. If you actually put the boundaries down and say, like, lads, that's not right. Girls, that's
people
not right.
People don't listen, though. They don't listen.
People don't, yeah, but...
You can say that, and you can sit there, and you can beg people, like, from personal experience. You can sit there, and you can beg people not to say that.
Yeah.
But people continue. They think it's funny. They will play on. They will push your buttons. People don't care. When you're in a group of people as well, everybody eggs everybody else on. People think it's funny, and they don't stop. You're one person in that group of people. Why should they just listen to the one voice?
I think more than just listening, I think it's just you putting a sense of, like, how it should be, like, so that if you stick it on them once, they're going to think the next time that happens, because it's been happening for years and it's not going to stop straight away. But whenever the next time, like, one of them lads could be like, the lasses could be like, right, okay, no, remember that last time, like, somebody came and told me off for this. They're going to think twice. Leading on from that, like, what do you think of society in general? Like, a lot of gender stuff, and I'm pretty sure I saw, like, a Piers Morgan interview a few months back saying you can identify as a cat now.
Oh my god, yeah, I saw that. There was, like, this thing in, like, an American school, and they put litter trays in the bathrooms because some student, like, protested for it. I think
I can't.
You can be
whatever you want to be.
Whatever you want to be. You can identify as whatever you want to be.
Not everybody has to accept it, though.
But you shouldn't expect everybody to understand. You shouldn't expect everybody to try and understand.
I think the way schools are dealing with it as well.
Yeah, and if you are they, them,
yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Whatever you want to go by, just don't expect everybody to understand.
I think...
And if you are they, them,
yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Whatever you want to go by, just don't expect everybody to understand.
I think...
And if somebody gets it wrong, don't get so offended. You see so much stuff about... Wait, unless it is on purpose. Unless somebody is purposely being nasty. But if somebody was genuinely blissfully unaware... I saw something... somebody got misgendered at work and she quit. Sorry, they quit. See how... it's so
simple,
easy.
Yeah.
They quit because they felt disrespected. But how did that person who they... Because it was like a client, they worked in like a shop or something, like, how was that person meant to know?
You know what I find confusing? So if let's say they, for example, identify as they, them.
Yeah.
If they go to like the doctors or a hospital and they ask for pronouns, or like they ask what gender you are, like they're going to ask for your biological gender.
I don't think a lot of people have an issue with doing that. So obviously people know what their biological gender is.
This is the part where it's like...
If they don't feel like they identify as that, they don't have to, and they should be able to embrace that. If they go into a hospital setting and they get asked these questions, they get tested, and they're honest, and then, well, not honest, but, you know, they tell... Yeah. But then, as long as they put their boundaries in place, they say, I do have this, but I am a they, them, please use these pronouns... I feel like hospitals should still respect that.
I think that's
because it's still a space where somebody should feel safe.
No, it's just when I've heard, like, they don't want to even say that they're biological things, and they make it, like, 10 times harder for the people in that profession. I'm like, well, yes and no, you've got to cooperate, haven't you? Like, you can't... When
it's something as important as, like, being in a hospital or...
that's, like, something serious, isn't it?
Yeah, like you go into hospital, you need treatment.
Yeah, you've got to somewhat, like... just communicate with the person that's about to take care of you.
Exactly.
So I think But I don't know. I think as long as you don't shove it down people's throats, be whatever you like.
Yeah.
But I also think that some people take it upon themselves to make it a big deal and like shove it down people's throats and then make it like all of this.
It's their only personality trait.
Yeah, like I feel like that is just, it's like playing the race card, isn't it? Like you can do it with anything. Like you could just be like, oh, I'm this. Like it's just differences. I don't know why we want to keep talking about differences are what make us human, but why do we keep like talking about them so much?
In such situations where they need to accept their biological gender, but they can still place their boundaries with that medical professional.
Yeah.
And that medical professional should have to respect that back. It's like the trans women in women's wards.
Yeah.
I've never met a woman who has an issue sitting next to a trans woman and not thinking that woman is a woman.
Yeah.
I would not feel uncomfortable in a hospital if I knew there was a woman next to me who was biologically a man.
Yeah, I mean,
that would not make me feel scared or intimidated. If anything, I feel a little bit safer because trans people are always so lovely and sweet and kind.
Yeah.
Like, I've never really ever met a bad person who's transgender.
Yeah, I don't think...
They always just want to be who they are.
Yeah,
and I
exactly.
Get that.
And I get that. It's just... Obviously, there's two sides to everything.
Definitely.
There's always people that are going to pick fights for no reason and just because you're different. That happens with anything. And there's also other people that want to out... Because I feel like they're so confident in their identity, they want to take it upon themselves to let everybody know and like push it as like a, oh, look at me sort of thing.
Definitely.
And I think there needs to be a middle ground.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't just go around saying all this. You need to kind of like be like, okay, cool, yeah. And if people, that's what I think, I don't understand it. Because like if I'm straight or something, I don't go out telling, if people ask me, then yeah, fair enough. Nobody really asks me if I'm straight or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't go out there and ask people. You just kind of just like, all right, yeah, you do your thing. Like, it's not your business, really.
No.
You know what I mean?
You be who you want. You have your sexuality. Don't have to push that on anyone.
Exactly. So then...
But I think with, like, maybe non-binary people, I'm not saying I know this for a fact, but I feel like because it's a smaller section of society, they want to push it out and make it more well-known. And I feel like that's why they do it a little bit more. Because it is something that's not as heard of, but should be.
Yeah.
I feel like that they do it to raise the awareness.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like everybody who is transgender or non-binary or whatever they want to be push it so much because they feel like it. I feel like it's because they feel like people need to know it because they don't know that person's going to respect them. I've
heard two sides, man. I've heard from people that are a part of the community itself that, like, you know, the whole pride stuff and like
not a lot of people like it.
I was literally about to get, because apparently it's regressing because it should just be normality. Why are we having a group for it? Like, there's not like there probably is a straight group actually, but
probably somewhere in the world,
probably like some weird like thing like that.
There'll be someone on American college campus somewhere.
But why are we regressing and having a group and like singling ourselves out if we're so like accepting in society?
I do love Pride though. I do love going to Pride. They are great
very
fun.
Colourful, yeah.
They're great fun. I love seeing drag queens. I love drag queens. And just like when you go to Pride, I think it's like a celebration as well.
It's kind of like a culture as well, isn't it? Like a different sort of insight to like, I'm always open to seeing different cultures and how people gel with that. Like if it's like an Asian thing or anything, like, oh my god, there's so knowledge is power in it. Like realistically, like just learning about stuff, but with an open mind. Like people, I feel like if you talk about Pride, that immediately shut it down. Yeah. So it's like,
I think it's a good thing to be celebrated, but I also think
there's some drawbacks
it can
as
go
well
a bit far
for the community,
and it can drag away from the community just wanting to be normal.
Yeah, especially the people that are like, you know, the ones that are introverted and don't really want to like be too outspoken about it. I feel like the community does too much to...
Because there's no looking gay, there's no looking straight, there's no looking non-binary. Like, it's so...
You're all just human, innit? Like,
exactly.
We all look different anyway. Like, even if, like, me and Jess, we're still straight, but, like, we both look different, of course. Like, still, we're different genders, everything like that, but, like, we're still just human. Yeah. So, at the end of the day, the only thing that we share is that we're all human and we all bleed the same blood, like...
Exactly.
So, I don't understand why there's so much hate in any community. Like, I think it's just needs to be put to bed, to be honest. Realistic. I think it's getting a bit boring, like, because the differences, and it's like everything, like it could be religion, race, or anything, and it's happening that's pretty much why most wars happen, actually, like, because of the difference. So if we get that in check, then maybe the world can be...
I think everybody should be celebrated. Everybody should be loved.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think anybody should feel like inferior because a lot of people are being celebrated. Although, I guess you could argue, like, if you're giving, like, the Pride community a sense of, like, a community, then why do the straight people not? I don't know. You could argue that, but I don't know too much about it to argue that.
And a lot of people will try and argue that.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess, like...
I don't care for it.
Yeah, which is fair, because I feel like it's not sort of like something that you've gained. Like, you can always be heterosexual. And it's like
straight people were never oppressed and killed and whatever for being straight. That was just what everybody deemed normal from day one.
What do you think about, like, the community, like, opposing other people? I've been, like, you know, like, if you get, like, a poppy flag with the rainbow on it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that.
But if somebody wants to wear a rainbow poppy...
No, I'm not talking about...
all different coloured poppies.
I'm not talking about, like, wearing a rainbow
mixing
poppy.
It.
I feel like it should just, like, that's for war, and then you could just have, like... You have Pride Month, and you have, like, Remembrance.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The argument with, like, people having rainbow poppies came from the different coloured poppies...
Right.
So I know I said I don't know anything, but I did do a little bit of research when this came out because I was like, what is going on and why can't people wear rainbow poppies?
Yeah.
But it's like there's like a black one, there's a blue one, there's a purple one. Some of them remember the horses, the animals that died, the like literally like the ground that died. There's different colours for all of them.
Right. Yeah.
Like if you Google like the different poppies of like Remembrance, it comes up, and that's why the rainbow poppy was made for the gay soldiers.
Right, yeah.
But then people were doing the argument, well, gay soldiers were just normal soldiers, so why did they need to be celebrated differently? And then people would pull into argument, if the gay community wants to be so accepted within society, why are you trying to push this and make yourself different to the straight soldiers that died in the war? That's what a lot of people were actually arguing about, and not...
I can see both sides again.
It wasn't the fact that they made the rainbow poppy. It was like...
A bit of a, I get it. It's like a pushing on a boundary a bit.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Like, if you want to be accepted, why are you pushing for difference?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
But I just think, if you want to wear a rainbow poppy, you can wear a rainbow poppy.
I didn't know about the colours thing, to be fair. That actually
I'm pretty sure there is. I did Google it, and it did say there was. I might have just chatted some pure there.
Yeah, that's quite eye-opening though. But I just meant like when people compare stuff, like I don't like that in general. I don't think
anybody should be compared to anything for anyone.
But why is it done in the first place? Is it because like they see one as bigger? I'm just trying to see, because I think it's like a competition. I'm like, why do you need to? Why are we talking about Black History Month when it's Pride Month? You know what I mean? Like I'm like, that's two different.
People just want to try and win the battle.
Which I don't.
Battle of what?
But you're losing. You're literally losing when you bring that as a point, because it's like, if you're doing this for the right reasons, why is there even a battle?
Yeah, I get
that. Would make that. Did you see how it went silent then? Like that's how you know. That's how you know it's like you're losing. You're losing when that happens. It's like you're literally regressing all the steps that you've done. So I think it's just giving a bad name, and then more people will hate on the people that are going at each other because they're giving themselves a bad name. They'll be like, oh no, maybe because you're so like. You'll see one person and assume that everybody's like that in that group. You'll be like, okay, well, these guys are giving everyone else a bad name, and I don't think there needs to be competition with. Like, why are we comparing each other's, like
minorities?
Yeah, like why are we, brother? No, I don't think this is the year for that. Let's celebrate everyone, like Jess said earlier on in the pod. I think we just need to celebrate everyone. But yeah, no. So leading on from that, then. Jeez, what are the predictions of...
What a deep conversation.
What are the predictions of how society is going to be in like 10 years' time? Do we think it's going to...
Honestly, I'm hoping for change.
Do we think there's going to be flying cars?
Oh my god, flying cars! He said, I've been to the year 3000. Maybe there will be.
Oh, no,
maybe they will be living underwater with triple-breasted women.
Yes, because I was literally hoping for 2020 to be a year of flying cars when I was a child.
I thought the world was going to end in 2012. like bezzing about year 2, like reading the internet, everyone saying that the world's going to end.
Yeah, no, I don't know how it's going to be, but I think social media.
I don't want to think about how it's going to be.
We're going to be old, though, innit?
That scares me. I just want to like experience it as it happens and not have to like make myself panic about what the future really is going to be.
Yeah, before we panic, we'll spend 5 minutes on this.
Because I will get in my own head.
I was about to. Let's not
myself.
start having an existential crisis.
Yeah, not existential crises yet.
But
Crises.
I don't know, but I think social media is going to be even bigger than now.
Which AI,
I
think it's going to die off.
Artificial intelligence is scary.
I don't like it.
You can
you can get like surgery from a robot.
No, you can change your body type and crap, you know. I can put my face in like...
Google like rat skateboarding with pizza on head image.
Yeah, there you
go.
Like
it's just like a picture taken on the side of the road.
ChatGPT, oh my god, essays. Yeah. I'd use that if I was at uni, you know. I'm not even going to lie. I'd use that for uni. Everything is going to get... I think they're going to keep improving it. Even now it's getting scary. Like
self-driving cars, like Tesla scare me.
I don't know.
Tesla scare me.
Electric cars in general, they're kind of lacking.
Imagine the beautiful. Imagine how smooth they are.
They just go. You just put the foot
like
down,
it actually just drives like my car. I just want a car that actually drives.
I don't know how I feel about the letting it, like if you sit in like the passenger seat and just let it watch it turn, go through like a. No.
It like parks itself. I need a car that parks itself.
What a parallel park! You just pull in. You're like, yes. It's done it first time.
Never said that about myself.
No, I don't know, but I hope that we have more like fuel options, like instead of just petrol and diesel.
Me and my E10.
I want hydrogen because they're trying out hydrogen at the moment, but it's apparently if it blows up, it's really volatile. So if you
crash your car,
you're gone. Like it will be like a mini, like
my mini.
Yeah. But no, I think. I don't know, hydrogen, and then what else? I think mate.
I think electric
America's
cars are
going to be even worse than now. Sorry, Americans, but yeah, someone's going to... No.
I think electric cars are a good idea, and I think if they could stick with that...
No, there's also flaws with that, though, apparently.
Because electricity, I'm paying for electricity at the moment.
And you can't even...
expensive a household bill.
You can't even recycle the battery after, so if that Tesla battery, after you've driven it for however many miles...
Or if it just stops working one day.
Yeah, and electric cars in, like, low-income countries, like, let's say India or somewhere like that. Because of the heat, they don't cooperate with the heat.
Well, because it's a big battery.
Yeah.
It's like your phone. It's like when you go on holiday with your phone and it comes up with that screen and it's just like
I know that
iPhone
feeling,
not available to use.
I know that feeling. You know when you just see it, it's just like temperature's too high, brother. Your phone's not on.
I hate that.
Oh god, that. If you've made it this far into the video, if you've enjoyed the first half of the podcast, yes, the first half. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe and stay tuned for the rest, releasing next week on Friday.